Well, it's about time to give some love to the old abandoned Subaru here. You can see it has really gone to crap for sure. The wrap is deteriorating more than usual. The wrap is now turning a nice brownish color. I didn't know it was a color changing wrap, but it's just getting worse. It's not going to get better until I do something about it. So tonight I'm actually not going to do something about it. I'm going to actually do something cool and very convenient when it comes to working on the car and under the hood. So let's go on ahead and take a look and see what I ordered for the old Subi. Alright, so here they are. Here are the high lift hood struts by GrimmSpeed. So what you'll see in this kit are 2 dampeners, little bracket tree of some sort, little hardwares, little tags that stick onto the shaft when you're all done. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and I think it's going to make a huge difference. I'll have a link in the description and the part number listed below if any of you are interested. Stick around and we'll see how these things install and how it looks when it's all done. There's the old setup right there, little boring hood strut. Let me show you guys what happens when you try to use it. This thing is so beat up and worn out that you just can just remove it just like that. There's no grommet left on the bottom, so it just kind of wiggles around and it's real flimsy, and it's just no bueno. It doesn't do the job anymore. I mean, it kind of still does, but it's still annoying to have the little strut, little hood prop in the way all the time. It's going to be nice to have 2 sleek hood dampeners that also open up the hood about 90 degrees, so we're going to get this much more lift out of it. Alright, so we're just going to start by removing this 10mm bolt right here. That'll allow us to get our stud installed. We're gonna grab our stud, our little ball shafty thingy. We're gonna thread that in the hole that we just removed the screw from. It's gonna be a 13mm hex on it. Nice and snug. Next, we're going to remove this 13mm bolt. Now we have our little adapter, but you do want to make sure that it is the flat side going on. And you'll see on the back side here, you see a little ridge there, and that actually aligns perfectly with this bracket here, right on the lip of that bracket. So you want to make sure when you have it on, that it's completely straight up and down. So you can put the other one on here and see that it's angled away from it. It just doesn't quite line up right, so you'll know exactly which way it goes. You want it to look straight up and down that way the dampener will align properly. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Wait a minute, not so fast. I completely forgot to use the hardware that GrimmSpeed provides. Before you make my mistake, let's go on ahead and cut to the correct way of doing things. Use the bolt that GrimmSpeed provided. Don't reuse this old crusty one, even though it'll work just fine. Again, just swap out the new bolt. That's what you paid for. Don't make my mistake. Alright, back to the video. Next, we're actually just gonna thread this baby in. I'm gonna take off this little protective cap for the threads. That'll expose the nice new thread there. Very nice quality. Very nice threads. I'm gonna grab my 13mm wrench. Start snugging that baby up a little bit. I mean, you could even just mount this thing to that additional adapter before you mount it to the car. Might allow a little more clearance when you're tightening. But either way, you'll get the same result in the end. One way might just be a little quicker. But what is time? Everyone's got time, right? Yeah, it's a little annoying doing it this way. Note taken. The other side, I think I'll thread it in before I actually bolt it to the hood bracket there. But we're out here living and learning. Alright, snug. Satisfied with that. It's looking good. Just a little friendly tip. You can just kind of maneuver the strut around here. Get better access to this mounting bolt here. There, give it a nice good snug. So you can kind of move this around as needed. Basically done. All we have to do now is pop this piece onto that ball there, and we'll have one side complete. Alright, we're going to go on ahead and pop this little end piece onto the ball. Oops, a little extra weight. Okay, we're on. Dang! Look at this thing. Thing is definitely happy to see me. That angle, look at that angle. Like I said, about 90 degrees. That's just one of them installed. So far, I'm loving it. There's one more step before I am complete on this side, and that is to install a little wire that actually keeps this thing onto the ball. This baby right here, one of these little clips, prevents the ball from popping off. It's kind of like a little safety net. And if you look real closely, you're gonna see a little tiny pinhole. There's gonna be a little tiny pinhole right on the back side. And that's where you feed in this little clip. So that long straight piece is gonna go into that pinhole. I don't know if I'll be able to show it on video, but there's a little pinhole, just gotta believe me. Might need a little pair of pliers to get it in there a little easier. I was able to use just a pair of needle nose pliers. So I just basically grabbed that little clip there and was able to feed it down in the hole. So it just slides right in that hole, and then this will actually rotate around and kind of lock into position like so. So that prevents this thing from popping off in any way. Very cool little feature that GrimmSpeed offers there. Again, tying into the quality of their products. And you're getting what you pay for, that's for sure. Very nice design. Let's go ahead and get that other side installed and be done with it. Again, very straightforward. Just gonna remove that bolt there, remove that bolt there, and do your thing. Let's go ahead and knock this out. Bing bang boom. OEM 13. Just kidding. That'd be a 12. No. Don't be stripping. Cut. Whoa. Crusty thing over here. So crusty. Let's get our nice new sexy screw in there. Ooh wee. Looking buttery there. That attention to detail. Just a blob of grease right there where it meets the ball. A little bit of Vaseline looking stuff in there. Smooth operation for many, many years to come. Props to you, GrimmSpeed. Time to get our little stud started here. Your final resting place. Tighten her down. One flat at a time. Nice and snug. Last but not least, gonna pop this baby on. The little persuasion. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boing. Don't forget our little clip. Use my little needle nose pliers. Push it in the hole. Lock her in. Easy money, honey. Let's see what happens. Looking good. Sling her up. Let's check these babies out. Ooh, gotta be very tall to get them. Here we go. Down. Like, oh, gotta check my oil. Let's open the baby up. Sometimes you don't want to, it's almost like it flings open too hard. Oy. But yeah, it's definitely 90 degrees straight up out of the way. Plenty of room, get in here, work on the Subaru, do all kinds of Subaru things. And yeah, so far I'm very impressed with this. I'll probably just kind of ease it a little bit, just so it doesn't slam open. Boom, no hood prop to mess with. Easy up, easy down. Plenty of room, plenty of clearance. Man, the simplest mods make the biggest difference sometimes. Closes all the way. Make sure it pops. Bing bang boom. Check out what I'm hiding under my hood. A whole lot of junk. But yeah, these hood struts are already making a huge difference. It's definitely worth the money in my opinion. It's one of the things that you always want, but it's not like a huge priority and you never really get around to it. But yeah, this hood strut, or hood prop, is basically as good as the trash. I can live without you, and I hope you guys maybe think about getting this for your car. Definitely forgot the little tags that it comes with. Kind of the official mark of GrimmSpeed right there. These little stick-on badges, they're pretty fancy. Very nice. Clean it with a little rubbing alcohol, get a good adhesion. Make sure all that grease is off of there, all the oils from your fingers. Now this is some 3M sticky stuff it looks like, so should have no issue sticking. Just gotta decide where you want to place it. I think I'll go directly on top, looks pretty cool. Peel it back and stick it to it. Whatever you preference, go ahead and stick it on. The mark of innovation. About the nicest thing on my car. As sad as that sounds. Pressed on there nice and firm. Alrighty then. Clean it, clean it, clean it. This might be a little overkill, but sometimes that's how I do things. Officially GrimmSpeed dampener. Modified, baby. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Cool little mod that I thought about getting it for a while, and I'm glad I just installed it and got it over with, and I'm very pleased with the results and the quality of the GrimmSpeed high lift hood struts. So go on ahead and check them out. I'll leave everything you need in the description. 02 to 07 WRX SDI. Go on ahead and pick some up. We'll see how they hold up in the long run, but so far so good. Nice and sturdy. I think these things are gonna last for a very long time, and hopefully this Subaru does too. She's been through a lot. I know she's an old tired girl, but I'm gonna try to keep her chugging along as long as I can and let her live a nice, peaceful rest of her life.